Right, what's going on, everybody, and good evening. We back with another video here. I got something that I think is going to be really special and really high conviction trade idea for me in terms of what I think is going to be a future theme in the very near future, I hope. But first things first, let's talk about ASPI, subject to my last video. The numbers on the video in terms of views were a little bit scarce, guys. I don't know how many of you actually caught this call. I feel like I almost made $1,000 for every single one of you guys who watched it, or at least somewhere in that neighborhood. But ASPI has been a great banger. Tons of volatility with the market, but a lot of relative strength and always reliable every time that we have a pop on the indices and macro. I'm getting 5-figure flips every single move on this thing, guys. For those of you guys who don't have capital, you can play with options or whatever, but I won't go into that. Me personally, I've been trading 6-figure size at a time on this if I can, and I still love it. I think it's probably going to go to $6 pretty soon, especially if macro cooperates. Obviously, a big day in macro, but we got a lot to cover, so we'll dive right into the penny stocks for all you degens. So, big theme, I think, setting up here. Bankruptcy plays, and this is something that I actually am glad I have an opportunity to cover. Because I haven't been able to do that too much in my past videos. A lot of my past videos about penny stocks have been sort of actually directly focused on companies with the lights on, because we talk about a lot about dilution and delisting risk and all that type of stuff. But these are companies with the lights going off, or at least the market seems to believe in both cases. So I have two very interesting setups. The first one is more mainstream. This is actually Weight Watchers. So immediately, those of you guys who are paying attention to the market, your ears should sort of perk up here, because I assume a lot of people probably remember this 23andMe trade. I called this out along with a few other guys. Ended up being, I want to say, I know it was at least 100% reversal. Really crazy trade, really strong, tons of liquidity, and tons of volatility. A very nice day of trading pretty much all day. It wasn't really a pop and drop that we've gotten used to seeing in these bear market penny stock conditions. So, and that by the way, the market was a lot weaker back then. So, anyway, a lot of parallels you could draw to Weight Watchers, another really well-known sort of meme brand. Obviously trading pennies on the dollar now, but the name recognition itself is sort of what makes it such a good trade. At least that's my belief. So I'm hoping, this is trading 15 to 18 cents right now. Could it go lower? Absolutely. But I'm hoping that we see a similar reversal to ME. Tons of parallels and basically directly fits the model. And the only difference is that the market seems to be even stronger right now. Or actually, I should say a lot stronger, because it was pretty much dog shit last time. So there's FOMO in the air, and I'd expect this to possibly reverse even further. So WW, there's your idea number one. I did take some of this tonight. We'll see if we can get a gap tomorrow morning or in the coming days. I got nothing but time here. I'm happy to hold a name like this, at least assuming they don't get some type of a delist notice or whatever. So anyway, this is the primary source. Just to teach you guys about in-depth DD here, like I always do. No news from the company, no filings really. So the primary source in the Wall Street Journal today. So here's where you get your news on Weight Watchers preparing for bankruptcy. So second setup I have that I maybe even like even more, but obviously a way lesser known name. But what's interesting about this one, and what makes it maybe potentially more promising even than WW, although I'd expect both of them to either go together or not, is this 5 million float, guys. And I said this on Twitter. I believe that in terms of, if you have a float like this that's accurate for a BK setup, you're almost never going to see this go into a 6-figure turnover range. Why? That's a tough question to answer. I think, and I guess we should also go into the dynamics of the BK trade in general, because I know for a lot of you guys who are new, this could be kind of a sort of confusing. Like, the company's bankrupt. Why are you going long? But I think what a lot of people like about BKs is, number one, they seem like they dilute less. Institutions usually have to exit. In terms of the timing on this, I wouldn't be sure about that, because this is more like they're winding down their activities in this press release that hit yesterday. But I mean, it doesn't directly mention bankruptcy. I think it's more speculative by the market, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see this come out fairly soon. So this is what people tend to like about bankruptcies is, number one, they seem to trade clean. They don't dilute. Usually no new offerings. I would imagine a lot of less than educated shorts pile into them, thinking that they're automatically going to go to zero before they reverse. So you can have sometimes some short squeezes. These are some of the factors at play for BKs and why they make for such good trades. Another good reason is that all the bag holders, long-term bag holders, tend to exit when the news hits. Somehow it magically finds their way to them, and they find the exit before we get our nice long trade. So these are the two plays, WW, VINC, ME. Don't get confused. This one already ran, so I'm just using this as a model for what I think might happen to WW and VINC. But if something similar to ME happens to either one of these, we're looking at 100% plus here. So I think that there's a ton of upside on this trade. Definitely think it's worth looking at for all you guys. And again, just to reiterate on my last video, I'm still trading and in ASPI, and I love this upside for a further short squeeze, especially if macro continues to cooperate. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. I'll try to be back with more of these more often now that the market's starting to pick up again. And happy trading. I'll see everybody tomorrow.